What's up, everybody? We're back with the Coleman sk100 and the Predator 224. So since the last video, we've only really had problems, which I'm not really surprised. This thing has been sitting for so long. Also, since the last video, we've had to do a lot of fabrication since we got the torque converter on. I'm going to show you in a minute how it sits and basically everything I'm going to have to do. So before, we only had the single engine mount riser. But I went to my local store, I went to Ace Hardware, and I got a little, thing of metal, and then I cut it, and I drilled some holes in it, basically as spacers for this. Alright, so how we're going to do this is we're going to set the two metal spacers down, then we're going to take the engine mount riser, and I had to cut some holes in this as well to be able to put the bolts down there. Then we're going to put it on, just like that. Alright, and then I'm going to put the engine back on and show you what went wrong after we added the spacers. So I'll do that right now. Alright, so we got the engine in the right spot and we got the big sprocket on. Now we're going to throw on the tire. As we got the tire on, so what I realized was when the engine is revving up, the pulleys on the torque converters, they expand both ways. So it would be pushing this tire, and I really don't want it to do that. Because this thing, I don't know what it would do if it was rubbing on the tire the whole time. Probably wouldn't expand and honestly blow up. So basically, as a last resort option, I really didn't want to spend any more money. So I cut this piece of wood and I lined it up for the holes. And it looks pretty good. It'll give me about 2 inches, which is really what I need to raise it up from the torque converter, raise the wheel up from the torque converter so they're not rubbing. Since the last video, I had to cut off this whole edge right here so I can push my seat back a little bit more since this is a kid's go-kart. And I also had to cut this whole entire piece off right here so I can fit my damn torque converter. But theoretically, if that piece of wood right there were to work, and I would be able to raise it about another 2 inches and I could push it back this way, I would have more seat room. With that extra seat room, I would have more room for my pulleys to expand, as well as my 2 sprockets to be lined up together. Also, since the last video, I welded myself a plate right here, and I hooked up the throttle cable. I led it all the way through here, down to my engine, which as you can see right here. Basically, all I need for this thing to run is my chain to come in, and I need the new brake calipers. I ordered new brake calipers because these ones were completely shot. I took out the brake fluid, and it was all water, and my brakes were rock solid. I couldn't even push my brake pedal in, which now I can pretty well. I could not push it in at all. I did get all 4 tires. Only 3 were in good shape. This one over here has a couple holes in it, and there's no fixing that since it's in the sidewall. But I'm going to drill the holes into this wood, and I'm going to basically use it as an engine mount, and I'm going to let you guys know how that goes, so I'll be right back. Alright, so it's about an hour later of trial and error, and we got the wood plate under as the engine mount. We have the engine mount riser, and then we have our engine on top. We did not end up using these because I needed longer bolts, and today is New Year's and no places are open. But when we put the tire on, let's see, get the tire on, the pulleys expand, but they do not expand enough to reach the tire, so it's basically perfect. On Amazon, it said it was $12 for the spacers in between each wheel, and I was not about to do that, so I manufactured my own. I took 2 pretty big nuts, and I grinded the tops of them down. And I'm going to say so myself, it works pretty well. This thing is a death trap, I know that, but I'm just trying to have some fun. Before the video ends, I'm going to start it up and give it some gas from the pedal. I might take off the muffler as well, just to see what it sounds like. Basically going to wrap up the video. Just a quick update on what's going on. I'm still going to make a video on how to put the torque converter together, the 30 series torque converter together specifically, as well as my exhaust and my upgraded filter and my upgraded jets whenever Go Power Sports decides to send me my stuff. It has been like 7 days and I'm still waiting. That's all for today's video. I hope you guys are having a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.